Hello, hello, hello. This is Desiree coming to you from this beautiful Pride weekend in Vancouver. Welcome to Queer.Love.Light, this special sacred portal that I have started to share spiritual insights, musings, and practical wisdom and techniques for elevating and uplifting our collective consciousness through the power of healing. And I invite all of you who are tuning in for the first time to watch the earlier episodes that I've done about who I am and about my journey as a filmmaker, as a healer, and also all the interviews I've done so far with very fabulous and awesome LGBTQ queer superheroes out there that have so much love, so much light, so much wisdom to share with all of us to make the world a better place. So happy Pride, everybody. I have been away on a hiatus for a couple of months. I've been traveling and working very hard on my day job as a filmmaker. And I thought this is the weekend for me to get back into the groove and share some stories, some insights with you on this very special day, actually. And I'd like to invite everybody to meet a super queer icon, superhero of mine since my early childhood. So today is actually a very, very special day. It is the Enlightenment Day of the Buddha of Compassion, YIN. So some of you must or may have heard of this very incredible soul, this saint that is revered all over the world by many, many people across different traditions and different spiritual religions and spiritual traditions and cultures. She, to me, is like the Mother Mary of the East. But what's really unique and special about her is that she really transcends borders and transcends religions, faiths, transcends gender, and that's what makes her my superhero and my patron saint since I was a very young child. So today is commemorated and celebrated around the world as the day that beloved Mother Guan Yin, and some people call her Kuan Yin, both are the same. For me, I pronounce her name in Chinese Mandarin as Mother Guan Yin. So Mother Guan Yin has been part of my life since I was a little child. My mother has always honored her on our Buddhist altar at home, and I grew up pretty much having Mother Guan Yin in my life since I can remember. And so today is the day, as history would have it, the day that Mother Guan Yin reached her highest attainment to become a Buddha, the highest saint in the Buddhist pantheon, or a very, very highly enlightened being. So this is a very special day for me and for my family and for many, many people who follow the Mother Guan Yin's tradition of honoring love and compassion and light, offering it to any soul that calls for help. And the name of Mother Guan Yin actually means in Chinese, she who hears the cries of the suffering. So that's why her name is called, she hears and she sees the suffering of people, and she would come to those who call her name. So that is essentially the name of Guan Yin. So what makes her such a queer icon? So some of you may have heard of a saint called Avalokiteshvara, which is the original form of Guan Yin. So many believe that Guan Yin came from the manifestation of Avalokiteshvara from India, who was actually a male manifestation in the Hindu tradition. So it is known that when Guan Yin came to China, she then morphed into a female form. So, and growing up, I didn't even know about this side of Guan Yin, that she is actually gender bending and a very transgender queer saint in that regard. So it was only until I myself came to who I am as a queer that I started to explore that gender bender side of this patron saint who has been with me since I was a child. And I was beyond fascinated by this facet of Mother Guan Yin. So, and also in the Lotus Sutra, which has a passage that talks about this saint, Mother Guan Yin, about how she's able to morph into different shapes and forms and different types of even people, male or female or a child or an elderly person, any kind of form, just to be able to respond to whoever calls for her help. So if it is someone who responds better to a male, she would manifest as a male being. Or if it's somebody who would respond better to a child, she would appear as a child, or different roles, or a general or a soldier or a doctor, what have you. So she is really multi-dimensional and gender bending, to say the least, of her superpowers. So this may sound like, some fables from some fairy tale to those who don't believe in this kind of stuff or have never heard of Mother Guan Yin herself. To me, I have heard and I have seen and I have experienced personally myself the power of Mother Guan Yin. I have a website that is actually dedicated to her because as a healer, I have actually been trained as a healer in the Guan Yin Dharma. So I actually have a website that's dedicated to Mother Guan Yin. That's how significant she is on my spiritual journey, because the truth of the matter is that even before I knew about Mother Guan Yin, my brother's life, he was still a baby back in the day, who was actually losing his life to a very severe illness as a baby. And it was actually through my mother's prayers to Mother Guan Yin specifically that his life was saved. So that is the history behind my family's beliefs in Mother Guan Yin, and why we honor her so highly in my tradition and also in my family, in my upbringing. But personally, my beliefs transcend religion. Even though I was raised as a Buddhist, I really believe that all spiritual masters, teachers, and saints and Buddhas are all here to deliver the same messages of love, forgiveness, compassion, light, and more, all the positivity that we as human beings can cultivate and develop more and more in order to become a better versions of ourselves. So, Mother Guan Yin has been my patron saint since I was a child, but as an adult, I also grew to revere and also honor beloved Master Jesus. So Master Jesus is also my patron saint in my current spiritual growth and spiritual journey. So I don't really define myself or put myself in a box, you know, I'm a Christian or a Buddhist or what have you. I just very much identify with the concept or the belief of we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So spirituality is much, 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 much more than just a belief system or a religion to me. That is in my humble opinion and my humble experience, that's what I have come to know. So going back to Mother Guan Yin, you know, I was so delighted to actually discover that my patron saint has actually a very big following, in fact, in the LGBTQ community as a queer icon, just because of her compassion and her service, you know, as this gender bending, a binary being. So she is all encompassing and non-binary. She actually has a very profound sutra called the Heart Sutra, which talks about how all shapes and forms and gender and, you know, the yin and yang and all of it is actually just an illusion, because we essentially are all, our essence is this spiritual being that cannot really be defined or really understood if we go deeper into the higher self that we all are. And I believe personally that we all are here to reacquaint ourselves with this higher self that is within each and every one of us. And in the Buddhist tradition, we call it the Buddha nature. In the Christian tradition, we may call it, you may call it, you know, the Christ in you. So, so on this special day, I want to invite all of us to do a short meditation with me to connect with the frequency vibration of this superhero of mine, my patron saint, beloved Mother Guan Yin. And I hope that through this short meditation you may be able to feel her presence. I personally, you know, do meditations with my patron saints. You know, I do it with Mother Guan Yin. Sometimes I do it with beloved Jesus. You know, my spiritual heavens teams. So, and as a healer, it is a very, very empowering meditation to do, because every time I do that, I feel nourished, I feel healed, I feel uplifted in my frequency vibrational field, which we all need. We all need good vibes. Okay, so so I know that some of you, especially in Vancouver, are very, very excited about this Pride weekend. You know, the Pride Festival has just started today and will continue until the end of tomorrow, which is Pride Parade tomorrow. So I hope this meditation will help us all ground ourselves and connect with our higher selves through this beautiful, beautiful field that we could perhaps experience from Mother Guan Yin on this very, very special day, her enlightened day, the day that she reached her highest attainment. And by the way, she doesn't call herself a Buddha or the highest saint because of her humility of wanting to stay as a bodhisattva, which is a level of saint below the Buddha status, she humbly calls herself a bodhisattva who devotes herself to coming back to our plane over and over again to save humanity from the sufferings until everybody can be free of suffering. She will remain a bodhisattva and walk among us. So it's a very, very, very high aspiration and high a vow that she made as a saint to serve humanity. So, and as I've shared about my brother's story, you know, for some of us who have experienced her power, her abilities, and her big compassion, you know, for all souls, it is very, very, very heart-touching to know that she walks among us in a spiritual form. So now I invite everybody to close your eyes as I play this very calming instrumental music of love, peace, harmony. To help us ground ourselves and open our hearts to connect with this beautiful Mother Guan Yin on this very special day, to celebrate her highest attainment to become the great servant that she is. So take a deep breath in and breathe into your lower abdomen. And visualize golden light with each breath into your lower abdomen. And continue to breathe in deeply into your lower abdomen and feel your lower abdomen expand. And this golden healing light that fills your lower abdomen. Our lower abdomen is our energy foundational center that grounds us and generates energy and life force for healing and rejuvenation. So I am silently making a prayer in my heart to connect with beloved Mother Guan Yin on this special day. So I invite you to open your heart to feel the presence of Mother Guan Yin. Visualize this beautiful Mother Guan Yin. If you haven't seen her before, that's okay. Just visualize this beautiful figure in white robes, shining brilliant light of unconditional love and compassion. Mother Guan Yin is known as the Buddha of compassion, saint of compassion. She will respond to anybody who prays to her with her greatest compassion. Open your heart to receive the love and the light from Mother Guan Yin. Continue to breathe into your lower abdomen and feel the love, the light, the compassion shining in the form of golden light in your lower abdomen, expanding to your heart and also lighting up your heart with Mother Guan Yin's love, light, and compassion. The message from Mother Guan Yin is for us to love each other with great compassion, and most of all, to love ourselves with greater compassion. Love ourselves, accept ourselves for who we are and who we choose to be. And that is the essence of celebrating pride, is to have compassion for each of us, for each other, accepting and honoring ourselves and each other for who we are and who we choose to be, we choose to be with. The greatest compassion is accepting everyone and everything as they are. Whether we agree with them or not, or whether we like it or not, or they like us or not, complete acceptance is the highest compassion. And it is with greatest compassion that we find the willpower, the determination to live our truth and to act upon the truth within us, and to live with pride, with great compassion for ourselves and for each other. We need great compassion to be able to live as our authentic selves. Accepting the pretty, or the not so pretty, the good and the bad, the light and the dark, with great compassion. So take another deep breath in as we slowly bring this meditation to a close. Notice how you're feeling. We just did a very short meditation connecting to the energy, the love of Mother YIN, who's ever present as long as you open your heart to connect with her or with them, whatever you regard them to be. They are a gender non-conforming queer saint, always ready to spring into action and to serve all beings. And that is why she has been and will always remain my superhero. So take another deep breath in and open your eyes when you're ready. So, how was the meditation for you? It was very, very powerful for me. I still feel the very beautiful light presence of beloved Mother YIN as she enveloped us with her love and light. And in some regard, it is the Queer.Love.Light that I am talking about in this sacred portal, which is why I call my portal, all this Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, Queer.Love.Light. And Mother YIN is a very true embodiment of that name. Gender bending, non-conforming saint who is always here to serve anyone who is willing to receive. So I've been wanting to reach out to my fellow LGBTQ queer friends out there who are interested in spirituality and healing, and I want to give a shout out to this beautiful website called Q Spirit, which is run by beloved Kittredge Cherry. A big shout out to you for she has a very beautiful article on YIN. She calls it YIN, a queer Buddhist Christ figure. So I'm posting that link here for you to check out that website. They also write about all kinds of Christian saints, and you can discover many excuse me, queer saints from this website. And I've learned a lot myself about the saints who have been regarded as queer icons, and GUAN is one of them. So I'm very honored and delighted today to be able to share from my heart the queer icon so dear to me, Mother GUAN herself, on this very special day of her Enlightenment Day. So it's been very special for me to spend this time with you and do this meditation with you. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I do these meditations every Saturday online through the LGBTQ Center in Vancouver called Rainbow Light Meditation, and you can reserve your spot by emailing me at rainbowlightmeditation@qmunity.ca, and that is QMUNITY.ca. And I'd love to meet with you and experience meditations with you and exchange insights and learn from each other about this precious thing we call our lives. So I invite you to check out Q Spirit to learn more about LGBTQ saints and read about GUAN herself or themselves, however you would relate to this beloved patron saint. And I will see you again very soon. So once again, this is Desiree coming to you from Queer.Love.Light, wishing you a very happy Pride season wherever you are. Until we meet again, be queer, be love, and be the light that the world needs.